Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first-time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace. Today is Sunday, June 9th. Make it today's math.
Born.
That's right. Born is to be complete. Born is to bring into existence. Make knowledge born. Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Yeah, we got the team Yanadameen in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also got our first little live studio audience. Okay.
Yeah, y'all so
We mustered up a few people. Okay.
It's Brooklyn in the house.
Okay. We got YouTube Live in the place to be.
What up, YouTube?
You know. And we here at the Black Lady Theater, as always, doing what we do.
Word.
Yeah, shout out to, I see Damselfly is in the house.
Hey.
Okay, shout out DB, the one that does your makeup every week.
Yeah.
Beautiful job, we love it. Go check out Damselfly, make your appointment. We'll put up some sort of information.
And she doesn't just do makeup. She's a full
esthetician.
That's right.
Yes, that's right. So, we back.
Word.
I see you was like doing a lot of fixing of your legs before we got on.
Yeah, cause the camera angles be setting me up, so I just had to make sure I was good over here.
Yeah, but and I'm not gonna front we got a lot of perverts
in the comments.
That are followers of this show. Now you know this show is probably 80-something% male viewership.
I'm sure it is.
And the comments, originally, Digga's so beautiful and
Peace Queen.
All of that. In the beginning it was very nice and wholesome. But time goes on, people get comfortable, and now I'm starting to see some rather brash comments, about the things that they want to do, and it's very, I'm flabbergasted, okay, like, how you just gonna talk to my sister like that? Like.
I told you low key we like that stuff though.
You see, and this is why I'm not
all that
fully
Peace Queen
wilding.
shit, like that shit is cool. No, we don't.
This is why I'm not fully wilding, because I know there is a part of you that you ain't call up HR and be like, hey, this job is cool, but I'm not really with all the sexual harassment that goes on in the comments. Like you've never given me that call.
Hey, Aisha Curry said it best, man. There was some merit. Maybe there was some merit to what she was saying after all.
Yo, like y'all some dirty dogs, though. I'm not gonna even.
We love the respect. We love the Peace Queen, but every now and then we need a hey ma, just for us.
But this is worse than hey ma.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I see something. No, you know what it is?
Niggas want an old dirty bastard.
No, because you know what? They got
I'm talking about.
No, you know what? They got the whole like walk away, twirl. They'll never get that angle when we sit down in the chair.
Because
so
the behind the scenes.
Yeah, they got the whole.
That was.
They got the whole 360.
We had no arguments.
That was a mistake too. That was an accident.
Yeah, we had no arguments before the show this time. Okay.
Oh, so guys,
but we did set it up because.
So you gonna be charged up?
Digga was kind of mad that we had an argument about with jazz music in the background.
Oh.
Oh, he really said you do. Oh, you did have to fix your legs on that one. You good? Or do you have to fix the camera angles? Zoom in or something. Oh, on his? You were seeing something? Yeah. Okay, well,
I'm all crossed. You can't really.
Zoom in. We're trying to keep this a family show. I know I cuss like a sailor.
No, you know what I said? Because the chairs are short and my legs long, so when I cross my leg, it's just.
Yeah, when the leg is high like that.
Yeah, you just get.
But see, just by saying that, you even teasing niggas. The chair's short, but my legs long. Like, you just had to throw that out there, right? But my legs long.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, listen.
Well, you can't see them in those cameras, King.
Let's get into the news. I'm just saying. Stop being so graphic, y'all. Stop being so fucking graphic. Talking about my sister. It's not cool. All right. So, just last night, before us taping, but it's not last night of when this came out. Mm-hmm. But finally, some shit happens like on the cusp of us taping. Usually, like we'll tape the show, and then like some shit'll happen right after we tape.
Always,
and then
on
we
the
fucking
ride
miss
home.
out,
like,
and then we gotta wait damn near 2 weeks, and then the shit is stale. Mm-hmm. So finally, some shit happened last night that motherfuckers can report on today, and so by the time it comes out on Monday, it won't be that stale.
Right.
You know, it'll be like something you microwaved. You know, you heat it back up in the oven, and it still could taste good.
Rapper Meek Mill, shout out Meek Mills, everybody.
Okay, yes. He's back, man. Such a great story.
Actually, let's share before we even highlight that BS. Let's share some positive news. He has been granted a new trial and is getting a new judge.
Really? Your word is bond. I did not know that. Like, that's real news. You just delivered some news.
That's real news.
Wow.
And now for the BS.
Okay.
So he, over this past Memorial weekend, he was denied entry into the Cosmopolitan Hotel, apparently for no other reason except being black.
On a whatever day this was.
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right. And it has actually been uncovered that he is on a list that was obtained by his lawyer or someone else.
That's apparently being circulated by several hotels
in the Las Vegas area.
Vegas, allegedly.
Of a list of rappers and black entertainers that are to be banned from said establishments. So
I heard some other ones was like Yo Gotti. Block Boy JB was another one I was hearing was on said list.
Now, I'm wondering, because, we heard that. I'm wondering if, this list that are being compiled is because these specific entertainers, like, is it just a reputation thing, or are there specific incidents that have happened in other hotels, and now how
that's what was tried to
or is that
their excuse changed so many times.
Okay,
that
part
what
I
really
wasn't
makes you
clear of.
Believe that it's some racist shit is because their excuses for why they did it changed a myriad of times. You know? I mean, to the point where they threatened to arrest him if he stepped out of his car. Like. At one point, he was like, listen, I want to get something to eat in here. Like, I ain't even trying to go to your little party or some shit. And they still didn't want to let this motherfucker in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then only later on, they start saying, oh, well, it was something that happened previously Then they said, but if that's the case, they should have said that initially upon coming to him. You see what I'm saying? Then they said, oh, the fire marshal and all this type of shit. Again, like I can guarantee you, you know, because we've all experienced it at clubs where, and you as a celebrity, me as a celebrity, I've been at certain clubs where, you know, especially those shishi fufu clubs where, you know, they might fuck with hip hop a little bit, but not all like that. So it's like, you know, they're gonna make you wait a second or act like, oh, I can't let nobody else in. But now here comes, you know, some white nondescript motherfuckers that are not celebrities at all, and they just letting these motherfuckers in. And you like, I thought y'all wasn't letting no more people in. What happened? Like,
actually, I've never had that problem. No, I'm just messing with you. No, but you know what? There was, is it One Oak, 1,000 Oak?
One Oak.
One of those oaks in California. It, one of the promoters had got exposed for saying for not wanting to admit black women, or either black women, dark-skinned women, but
fat women.
A DM was sent out to somebody, and the DM got exposed. Like, bring some of your friends.
See,
no black ones, no dark ones.
See, the problem with people like Meek Mill and Yo Gotti was at one point they was able to price us out of certain shit. You know what I mean? Now these guys are making the type of money where, you know, you got to find other ways to keep them out, because you can't price them out. I'm sorry, a table in here tonight is $7,000. All right, no problem. Okay. Give me 3 of them. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. You know what I mean? We got a dress code. All right, hang on, I'll be right back. Let me go to my room. These niggas come back with the 3-piece on. Oh, you know what I mean? Now what you gonna say? You see what I'm saying? So it's getting to that point where they can't even really, they just gonna have to say, listen, you too black, you know, people in here, you make them nervous, you know, we not fucking with you. That's what they just need to go ahead and say, because, you know, with certain motherfuckers, you can't even price them out the game. You know what I mean? You tell me $7,000, I'm turning around. You price it, okay, yep. You price me out the game, I ain't paying for no fucking $7,000 table, you must be crazy. Yeah, but certain niggas is not getting priced out the game, so, you know.
And then, I mean, every now and again, if you're rolling with 20, 30 guys, sometimes it's, you know, people right at the door might be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but we don't know that was the case with Meek Mill that night.
No, I'm not saying that was the case with him, but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying
some. No, it's never good to roll up to a club with a bunch of dudes.
Like some, some instances we can make it one thing when it's something else. So, you know,
this is true.
Hopefully that wasn't the case with, you know, in the case of Meek. He's been doing very positive things.
Yes, he has.
Since he's been released from prison. I'm sure he's doing any and everything to walk the path of righteousness right now, and I can't imagine him being problematic to the point where they had a legitimate
we done run
reason.
out of time. We're gonna take a break. We'll come back. Yanadameen Godcast. Yeah. Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Team Yanadameen in the house. We got our live audience in the house right about now. What's good? We got YouTube live in the place to be.
Yeah.
We got my man Truly Zambian in the house. One of our moderators. Shout out to you. Ain't seen you in a minute, Zam. We always appreciate you on the set. Yeah, we back.
Word.
Now, I forgot the last one. So, before we continue,
if you like to donate to the show.
Would you want to take them?
No. You got it.
Oh, you
I'm gonna do the / Patreon part.
Huh?
No, I was, you know, segue to you.
Okay, because we trying to, you know, We're trying to do for self, and this will actually this is going to segue to something we're going to talk about later, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because this is what it's all about.
Yep.
So listen, if you'd like to help us do for self, okay, and help enable to keep our art pure, go to cash.me/$, Patreon.com/ what? Oh, come on, you leave me hanging. I'm choking.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yanadameen.com/support or bounty.com/
You know what I mean?
come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, also, we got a lot of interest when I mentioned last week that businesses, independent businesses, we get a lot of eyes. You know, this is valuable to a business. If you feel that the kind of demographic that can help your business is watching our show, then I think you need to advertise with us. And we have very reasonable rates for all different kinds of advertising. There's artists out there that want to advertise their music. Oh, we got something for you. You could do it, something that's affordable. So yeah, if you'd like to advertise with us, then email us at yanadameengodcast@gmail.com, and we're gonna get that popping. You're gonna start seeing some ads, and that's how we'll keep this thing more independent, so that nobody can come in with their money and try to tell us what the fuck we could say and not say, and try to influence our medium.
I don't think there's anybody on the planet that can tell you what to say and what not to say. The best I can do is just kind of reel you back in sometimes.
Anyway.
I can try.
They're like, thank the Lord for that. Let's thank the Lord and clap it up for that.
Every now and then, I just gotta.
For the fishing line.
I just gotta rechannel your energy sometimes.
That's all it is. So what were we saying? What was
it's no easy feat either. I'm sorry.
What was we about to get into? Oh,
we about to talk about.
We's about to talk about
a topic that constantly comes up, and I hate even giving it attention, but it has to get attention because we just have to know better.
Now the reason why I'm willing to give this one attention, because it actually didn't end up in the assassination by one of these race soldiers,
Thank God.
as my brother Tariq Nasheed would call them.
Yeah.
It didn't end up in a murder by one of these race soldiers against one of our brothers or sisters, but it was an attempted, I would almost call it an attempted murder on film. That would be the case out in Arkansas, where the brother, what's his name? What was the brother's name? Edrick Truitt. Edrick Truitt.
Can you tell me what I did wrong?
Okay. Shut your car off.
What I do wrong?
Shut your car off.
Come on, shoot me.
Shut your car off.
You gonna shoot me?
Got a gun.
Where?
Gun.
Where?
Shut the car off.
Where? My hand in the air.
Shut the car off. Shut.
Nah, hey, come shut the car off. I ain't moving my hands. He trying to shoot me. He trying to shoot me.
Shut the car off.
Nah, I ain't moving. No, my hand in the air.
Shut the car off.
My hand in the air. Shoot me.
I'm filming too.
I'm filming. I ain't did nothing.
You failed to comply with a lawful order.
What I do? I was pulling off. I couldn't hit his car.
You come back.
I couldn't hit his car. How I come back? How did I come back?
You never left the parking lot.
How can I step out the car? What you pushing my hands for? Come on now.
We're gonna get out of the car one way or the other.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Put it in park for you. How am I gonna put it in park?
I'm telling him to put it in park. I'm not talking to you. You trying to shoot? What you pushing my arm? Come on. Hey, put it in park for me.
Basically this clip is going around the internet where he's in the car and the police is telling him to, take his key out the ignition and all of this, and he's like, nah, you're gonna try to shoot me, and all of a sudden the police yell out, he got a gun! gun. And my man's like, oh no, fuck that. Like throws his hands out the window. My man is steady trying to bait him to make him move his hands. Take the key out the ignition. Steady telling him to take his key out the ignition. And my man is smart enough
like, nope.
to be like, fuck the bullshit.
Keeping these hands
Yeah, I'm not touching the motherfucking thing. It is what it is. If I got an itch, I'm not scratching it, but you're not gonna fucking shoot me right now because you claim that I got a fucking gun.
Nope, you turn the car off yourself.
I mean, increasingly, more and more, we're seeing these situations on film. And like I said, thankfully, nothing happened in this one. But, you know, you could be baited into a murder. You could be baited into a murder.
Right.
Like, and you not even realize. Like the police tell you to comply with everything. But then when you comply, you can get murdered for complying. So,
total sidebar detail. He had both his hands out the window. Who was filming? Because that wasn't like a cop body cam. It's like the camera was right here. So could that have been the driver maybe holding up their phone? Okay.
Yeah, that's possible, right? Well, no. Oh, the driver, because he was a passenger, right?
I think so. Based on like the angle we saw, it looked like he was on the right side, so he would have had to reach over to turn the car off. But I'm curious to know like where the.
Now there's a sidebar to this. Apparently, there's an article in Essence, yes, Johnny Fastlane, where it's claimed that the officer says that he saw a gun in the back seat, which is why he yelled gun. And I call bullshit on that, based on watching the video again and looking for any indication in the video that this man saw anything after he said gun. And there's no indication in the video of it whatsoever.
Right.
When he screamed gun, my man was like,
because what we're seeing is no hands out the window. Hands
he didn't
out
say there in the back seat, right there.
Right.
You did? Like, there's plenty of time. He was like, oh, I'm not gonna shoot, but you ain't gonna move your hands. Because I don't want you to grab that gun in the back seat that I saw.
And it would appear that he was in the car by himself. So I guess he was filming it himself with, you know.
No, but it looked like he had two hands out. So it could have been the police filming it.
So
this could be a police body cam for all we know.
Unless maybe he had the phone like on a dash mount or something.
Or yeah.
Because I'm like, there's two hands here and the camera's here, so.
And these are some of the things that could save your life these days, is having one of these fucking dash cams that shoot right back into the fucking car.
Just hit record.
Right, like, oh shit, he got a camera, you better chill. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have a camera, who knows?
It'll just be your word against their their body cams.
But see, I don't like how certain information gets passed off as factual. Like we read this thing in the Essence article, and I'm saying that's bullshit. Like who told them that? Who said that? Like somebody better throw allegedly on it or something, because that's some bullshit. Like, I'm calling bullshit on it, and I don't believe that's what he saw to make him say that.
I call bullshit on it too.
I believe he was trying to set it up to where when he yelled gun, all the motherfuckers start just popping at him, and then he could join in on the pop off.
Yeah.
And if somebody else popped, he could have used their gun show, as an excuse for why he shot. And I thought it was him shot. I didn't know who shot first.
He would have had, if that guy had both his hands out the car and any shots would have rang out, he would have had to get, he would have had to get charged like this. I mean, they always find a way to find the officer innocent, but how do you just Well, I can't even say how do you justify that. We've seen people get shot in the back, running away from the cop, but somehow they're always a threat, even when they're running away. So I don't know. They would have to get creative to justify. They thought he was reaching for a gun with both his hands right there in his face. Yeah,
man, it's like, and more, you know, they keep showing us these modern day lynchings, basically.
Right.
You know,
just to keep reinforcing in your
just to
head.
reinforce.
Stay in your place.
The feeling of power. Yes, stay in your place. You know, don't resist whatsoever. Like that's the main thing. But in the Constitution, the people have the right to resist, especially against an unjust government. Like that's written. Clap it up.
Dang.
But see, this is what makes America, you know, hypocrisy at its finest, because that shit is written in its so-called Constitution, but the message that's given every day is don't resist. But America wouldn't be here if they didn't resist the British and all this type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So you can't act like resistance is never something that's needed. You see what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
sometimes
Black
resistance
Panthers
is needed. And you need to resist things that are wrong, and a lot of things that are wrong are within the system. And certain things in the system need to be resisted, you know? Now wait, now that reminds me, did I just hear, somebody look this up, since we don't have Big Boy, I just heard that some state actually made it legal. I mean, it's already in the Constitution, but they made it like legal to resist against a police officer that's unlawfully doing some shit to you. Did I just
really
read that? I don't know
where's
what
state
that is. Please, somebody confirm.
That has to be a blue state.
I'm like,
that's got to be.
Well, why do we say that? Because
why do I say that?
That's a, you know, I would feel like that's some sort of a gun, almost militia Republican state. Like, trust me, this ain't gonna be no.
I would think that's progressive to tell people that it's okay to resist an unruly officer. No, the red states are trying to bring. Are trying to
see, they don't want
trying to outlaw Roe versus Wade. Like, no, they're the ones going backwards. The blue states are going forward.
Also, they don't want us to resist. They're down to resist, though. Like, as far as white people suffering from any unjust shit by the police, they'll foster that. But they're the ones that can never resist is us. Right. You see what I'm saying? We're the ones in their eyes that should never resist.
Well, whatever state that is, if there's black folks living in that state, resist on.
Y'all can't find this? Did I?
I think it's Milwaukee.
Milwaukee?
Huh. Okay. One of the states that actually just banned abortion.
Well, in Milwaukee, that's a city, right? Milwaukee's a city.
Wisconsin is.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
This is May 29th, 2019.
Okay.
They said Georgia as well.
Georgia as well?
Back in 2012, like they made that statement.
Wait, that's funny. These are actually the states that are. These are the red states that are banning the abortions. The ones saying it's okay to resist.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I'm like,
you see?
You might have won that one. Okay.
Because
I would have just assumed that this would be California.
That's for them, not for us. That's for but hang on. Maybe it is for us.
I'm like, who would have won?
But hang on. You know why?
So they can really kill us.
Because now maybe they want to influence you to say, that's right, you got the right to fight back, black man. And so, and influence one of these young hothead black kids to go out here and shoot one of these police, to now give them the true,
authority to
yeah,
fire at will and stuff. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, man. Just hopefully,
If we do, damn if we don't.
hopefully we can just move with enough consciousness as this brother had, like, hands, and if it comes down to having to resist, just gotta be tactful with it. Make sure the cameras is on. Camera in one hand and gun in the other. Like, look, you tried me, officer. You tried me. I got you on camera. I mean,
no, this is chess, not checkers.
It's unfortunate.
So, be playing chess at all times.
Right. I guess we're not really gonna know the outcome of that scenario until that happens. Like the person that, like in modern day times, like, enacts that law and really like resist. Like guns drawn, resist.
I mean, they'll gas somebody to resist, and it's like, would they even really get away with it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But then they almost have to if they want to influence people to keep doing that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is all social engineering, people, and you just have to be careful that, your emotions are being preyed upon, and they're manipulating you through your emotions.
They gotta keep putting it on the news. Every time you get pulled over, you already got an attitude with the cop.
Yeah, they're influencing your views and pushing certain buttons. You know what I mean? Don't fall for the bullshit.
They literally just pulled a gun because we out here and didn't have reservations for a lake that we didn't even know we had to have reservation for. We didn't know. Like, the only thing you had to do was tell us. We didn't know, man. We didn't know. The only thing you had to do was tell us to leave. We would have left. You did not have to pull a gun. We're leaving. Well, that's all you had to say.
Like, she looked like her name was Helen.
That be the one.
Like Helen pulled out a gun because, and what was the reason? Because they didn't have a reservation.
And then come to find out, they didn't even need a reservation. Oh. She was looking for a reason.
And because I just saw that maybe earlier today, and yeah, so the white lady pulls out a gun, and the sister's filming it, and she's like, "Why are you pulling out a gun on us?" She's like, "Because you need a reservation." Well, okay, all you have to do is tell us that. Like, you didn't have to pull a gun out on us. Like.
That's crazy.
Like, these motherfuckers. See this, and we act like this is some shit in their DNA.
Oh, Mississippi.
You understand?
Mississippi.
Sounds about right.
Mississippi. Of course, Mississippi.
Which is another gun type of state, right? Is that an open carry state and all that type of shit? Because she had her shit like, Helen had her shit like right here, like for real, yeah. Yeah, and so, yep. Oh, you see this shit right there, right? Does she look like her name is Helen? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Helen and all them be at the range too.
Mabel or some shit. Well, nah, not Mabel.
Yep. Straight like that.
But it's like, see, there's a certain hatred / fear that seems to run through.
It's called xenophobia.
Xenophobia? Is that the definition of xenophobia?
What you just said.
Hatred and fear?
There's a hatred and a fear. Mm-hmm.
Well, xenophobia it is. I've heard that word before, but I didn't really know the definition, and I was too lazy to look it up. And And then
it's like
nobody used it enough to have to really like. Whatever, xenophobia.
It's like a fear of things.
Sound like Xanadu to me.
It's like a fear of things like, you know, different from you or, you know.
Oh wait, well see I don't like where that's going.
No, the way
hatred and fear though.
No,
Hatred is strong.
But the
I'm not
fear,
talking about
the fear,
talking bad about something.
No, I'm saying, but the fear breeds the hatred. No, what you're saying describes that term perfectly.
Okay, well,
people call Trump a xenophobe.
Okay,
if that makes any
these
sense.
White people, and people will hear me say this. Oh, he's racist because I'm pointing out that there are white people in the world and there's black people. Like it's fucking crazy, but it is. I'm sorry, like. There is, and colors are meant to identify certain characteristics in all things. Anyway, there's white people, I'm not gonna say every single one of them, but a lot of them have that, and especially ones in like political power and like, you know, police and shit like that, that are fucking xenophobes, that have a hatred and a fear for black people. And and what was this woman? I mean, she's not even a politician or a police. What was she? She's the leader of the pool?
Back in her pocket, just like it was like a cell phone. She may have just something like that. It's a whole revolver.
But what I'm saying, what does Helen do? Is she like the pool lady? Like, do you give your tickets to Helen when you walk in this bitch?
Nah, it's like a regular bar.
So why does she feel like she had to be the one to walk up with the gun out and tell niggas they ain't got no permit when they didn't even need one? So now you mind fuck me, make me think I needed a permit. So they ended up leaving, huh? When did they find out they didn't need a permit?
So
later, right?
What happened was people afterwards found out they didn't need a permit. So it was released, I think maybe 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago.
Right, and now people are saying, hey, you don't even need a permit.
People from that actual area, like, we didn't even need a permit.
Right, and so now they went away, no barbecue, hungry, like son of a bitch.
Well, I would go beyond calling her a xenophobe. That's just flat out racist. Yeah. Like the terms go hand in hand.
Exactly.
But it's
racism is xenophobia.
It is.
Phobia.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's all.
It's hatred.
It's all comparable.
And fear put into a systematic practice. See, that's what racism
that's
really
is. That's racism.
And that's why y'all fuckers better stop calling me racist. Because nothing I could say about any of these white rappers is going to go into any kind of systematic practice within any sort of institutions. It's just not. So shut the fuck up. Like, you know, there's discrimination, there's discernment.
There's prejudice, but that's
Right.
that's different
way
from
different than racism.
Hitler was a racist. Like, he was literally exterminating, you know, races of people.
Right, but and we all, when we look at it, we all have our prejudices and our, you know, shit. You like Coke over Pepsi, or you know what I mean? Budweiser over Miller. Like, you know, does that make you a hater of beers and shit? Like, no. Like, it just, you know, you like what you like. But listen, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna ask the hip hop question of the day.
Yay.
Yanadameen Godcast.
All
right. Yeah. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Oh, we got Team Yanadameen. We got the motherfucking live audience in the house.
We got a live audience in the house.
Yeah, fun. I love the feeling, the interaction of the crowd. And
yes.
It's just it's a new, I like it. It's going to expand even more.
Jamar being nice for company.
Huh?
I said you being nice for company.
Am I? That won't last long. Shout out to YouTube Live in the house. We got my man Truly Zambian holding it down. He's one of our day oneers. We back doing what we do.
That's right.
So we had a few things that we wanted to talk about, but then while we were in break, certain things kind of popped up on the table that we felt like we needed to talk about here on the Godcast. So, you know, one of our Godcast regulars, my man Truly Zambian, who's actually over in London. Okay, so he's joining us on YouTube Live right now, but he's over in London. I don't even know what time it is over there.
Shouts out to Truly Zambian.
It's probably late as a motherfucker, but he's, huh? Yeah, it's probably tomorrow or some shit over there, but he's fucking around with us right now, so we appreciate him being here. And he brought to my attention a story about an American pastor. What's this fucker's name? Robert Baldwin. Sounds like a motherfucking some white author, you know, written by Robert Baldwin, you know, or one of the Baldwin brothers. Hey, yeah, is it one of the Baldwin brothers? No, hopefully not. But anyway, Robert Baldwin is a pastor out in Uganda, and he was apparently giving industrial bleach to his parishioners and telling them it was a malaria/HIV cure.
That's crazy.
What in the Jim Jones fuck is going on? Like, that's crazy. That's some Jim Jones shit.
That's crazy.
That's drink the Kool-Aid shit. Why? Why does a religious white man have this kind of power, you know, in the so-called motherland in 2019? Like a lot of us here, you know, I see some of people in our audience pulling out books, you know, on Africa and knowledge and all kind of, you know. But it seems like the place that we look at as the root, a lot of times you find some of the most blindness. You'll find a lot of blindness. Like when I went to Nigeria, like I remember there was this little kid and like he's calling himself by his Christian name. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you have an African name. You should be calling yourself by your African name. And he's like, you know, he want to be like Michael or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like the mental poisoning, man. And which leads to a physical poisoning. It's crazy. And for it to be so strong and what we feel is the motherland is like,
That's crazy.
It's like the ultimate irony almost. Like
But I feel like church and places of worship is something that's heavily celebrated in you know, within, like, deeply rooted within black people, period. Like,
because we're spiritual. And they take advantage of that. We're spiritual people, and we're able to, you know, we know the truth that exists in here. See, that's why they'll mix truth with falsehood. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it gets blurry. And if you're not educated properly, you know, our intuition will tune into the truthful side of it. And you'll feel
we want like, the word.
Yeah, you'll feel the realness in it, but then when they exploit it, you know,
right before that collection plate start going
twist
around.
It and bounce it, or you know, when they take from it if they like, you know, because I don't know. Did we talk about the slave Bible before?
I don't.
Well, there's something called the Slave's Bible. If you look it up, we'll show a picture of it. And basically, this was the Bible that they gave during slavery. They took out the whole Old Testament and certain books in the New Testament. Basically, any like Exodus, anything that had to do with, you know, rebelling and, you know, and keeping all chapters that said, you know, you should obey your master and stuff like that. So I think the Bible has I'm just, you know, this is an approximation, let's say 1100 to 1800 books in it, chapters or whatever the case may be. This was whittled down to about 200.
Yes.
Okay? Just to let you know what kind of redaction was done to this Bible that, you know, but we loved it. You know, we took what truth was still left in, what little truth was still left in there, and we took it to heart as black people, and we fucking sung our hymns and prayed to that fucking, you know, to that white Jesus and all of that. And it's still going on today.
Funny you should mention that. Total sidebar. My last tour overseas, I visited the Pantheon. The Pantheon in Rome actually has a picture of Jesus in there as black.
Because and that's what's so ironic.
And this was 2,000 years ago.
Because when you go to, especially European places, and their original depiction of Jesus and Mary, it's black. Because they know the science. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to the homie Tommaso in Italy. He's a faithful watcher of the Godcast.
Now this leads me to something that I just saw. Who was bringing this up? This was like a quote or something I just saw on IG. And
one of these days we're gonna come in here with like our notes and our cue cards and
listen.
and just
sometimes you got mental notes.
That's right.
So I saw something that said, you know, most people say that history is written by the victors, right? But that's not always true. Because if you lost, you could try to rewrite the shit to make it seem like you won.
That's right.
You see? So we can't always feel like, oh, the victors are. No. You got sometimes losers or people that felt like losers that's now trying to flip it. Like, I was worshiping a black Jesus and Mary. Now you going to worship a white Jesus and Mary. You know what I mean? On some hater shit. Like on some, you know. On some xenophobia shit.
He running with it.
I learned a new word
He
today.
liked that word.
That's the word of the day. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done the word of the day.
Remember the word of the day? Hey,
our last word of the day is still going strong.
Well, hey.
Subjective.
Well, xenophobia, I think, is a new one, and we're going to put up the definition of xenophobia. Hopefully you're right. I haven't even...
I'm rarely wrong. You know, a couple memory lapses here and
There's
there.
There's going to be some sort of cut-in right there. I don't know what it is.
No.
But when she says I'm rarely wrong...
I may have some memory lapses.
You're going to cut to me and I'm just going to be like...
I may have some memory lapses every now and again, but usually when it's a showdown,
alrighty then.
I'm usually always right.
All right, well, listen. When I heard the story, I'm like, where did y'all hear this? Like, why isn't this some shit that's front page news? Like, white pastor out here poisoning African, congregation. Like, why wasn't that on ABC World News tonight? Was it? Maybe I missed it. But I'd be watching that type of shit.
I watch it
that comes
daily.
on right before
Jeopardy.
Okay,
That's right.
Which is which actually segues us into our next topic, which was our boy Alex Trebek. Okay. Now, for some reason, they think we hate white people around here, but we don't, okay?
No, they don't think I do. They think you do.
Okay, well, they think I hate white people, but I don't. Alex Trebek, until he shows me otherwise, is my fucking guy. Okay? I fuck with Alex Trebek. That's my fucking guy.
Until that pillow talk gets released.
Until the racist fucking tape
recording
of him rapping about, when his black girlfriend dumped him comes out, then I might have issue with him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right now, Alex has done nothing wrong, and
Alex is invited to the cookout.
Alex can come to the cookout. Who is Alex Trebek? Yeah, that's the answer. Who could come to the Who's a white dude that could come to Rah's cookout? Who is Alex Trebek? That's the answer.
Alex Trebek can come to the cookout.
Nah, there's a few white people that could come to my shit. Are you kidding me? You white people, you're welcome. Don't bring the swine, though. Don't bring the swine. Leave the swine at home. Then you're not invited. Anyway, so Alex Trebek apparently has, what kind of cancer does he have?
Stage 4 pancreatic.
Stage 4 pancreatic, but apparently his shit is going down.
And there's actually a 5% survival rate of pancreatic, so.
But let me tell you, and what they say, his tumors are shrinking. I believe that doing what you love and just happiness is the best medicine. Isn't it so funny that right when this dude got cancer, it's almost like he was delivered this fucking Jeopardy whiz. Like this gotta make him happy in so many different ways. Like financially, fucking just as someone who's a Jeopardy, because I know he loves the game. He's a smart motherfucker. He be knowing some of this shit. Just as a brainiac, nerd type of nigga, it's intriguing for him to just watch this dude work every fucking night. He gets to fucking be the one to deliver the fucking questions and watch this nigga do his fucking thing. And now as far as his show, come on now, tune in tomorrow and see if, this is a godsend for him. This is so, I feel like all of that is helping to cure this motherfucker, is what I'm saying.
And he probably got some of the best CBD, delectable. He probably at home smoking
all of that.
Chemo my ass. Shit.
Fuck CBD. He need to be raw dog THC, oiling it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just might be. You know what I mean? Because if he's fucking with any of those treatments that they give you, you know what I mean? Apparently that shit make you nauseous and all this.
And I do believe, my dad passed away from pancreatic, so I know what the chemo side of it does. That just takes you all the way out. I believe in the power of prayer, and I feel like the entire world was praying for, is rooting for him to
prayer, meditation, positive energy, whatever you want to call it.
Who can do what Alex does for that show? I can't even imagine
a different host, right?
That's what I'm saying. I can't even imagine, him being gone and us being forced to watch another host. I can't even see it.
But make no mistake about it. See, this is when you get into business, and
I'm sure they got the next one lined up just in case.
Because this is almost a leeway into some other stuff that we wanted to talk about originally. When you now deal with business, you see what I'm saying? The sentimental, humane thing to do is when, because was there ever another host of Jeopardy? No. He's only been the only host. So the sentimental, almost right thing to do is when he's out, show's over. We shutting this bitch down. We've made all the money we can make off this motherfucker, and time to go home, y'all. But that's not necessarily how business works. How franchises work. And so you must believe when he goes, they already got a nigga that they're grooming right now.
Right.
You know, they're doing episodes with this nigga somewhere in a fucking warehouse somewhere that nobody knows about. Testing him out, getting him acclimated to this Jeopardy shit so that he could step right in when the nigga leaves. You know what I mean? And that's...
I mean, that would be smart business-wise.
But it's also the ruthlessness
but
of
it's
business.
like...
You see? And let's just say that move takes away from the part of the magic, part of the purity,
right,
of what we have come to know Jeopardy for.
But that, you know, but that's why I say,
And
like, who
this,
else could we? I couldn't even imagine watching it. I probably wouldn't even want to watch it if it was another host.
It depends. I really would have to give it. I'd give it a try, and see how they did.
Just cause you know we're knowledge junkies, of course.
Right. Shit.
Be cool if they got somebody black.
Had the idea.
If they got somebody black, that'd be cute.
But it has to be believable, like, you know, like you have to really feel like, he could be the host of Jeopardy. Because it'd be seeming like
I could be the host of Jeopardy. I'm just putting it out there. I could be the host of Jeopardy. Come on, y'all. Energy, we need energy. Rah Digga. Oh, wait, that sounds terrible. Actually, that sounds terrible. Me wishing. That almost sounds like me wishing.
Like you campaigning for this man
yeah,
to go.
And
Rah Digga to step on in.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting that energy out there at all.
That'd be good business though. That'd be good business, right?
I mean, he getting what, 10 million an episode?
Is that what the fuck he getting?
No, not per episode, per year. He makes about
10 million a year.
He gets 10 million a year.
To just read off a card.
Maybe 12 now.
In Bible times, this was called, what is? Come on, Ezekiel's wheel, you know that.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I was reading the comments.
I didn't even give a full clue. I just wanted to see if you was telepathy with me like that.
No, I was reading the comments, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I wasn't. I was watching all the people in the comments say how they would watch Jeopardy if I was hosting.
Okay.
I love y'all.
They'd watch it if I was hosting too.
But you don't wear dresses like me. Look, you got that.
She likes that shit. So listen, I was talking earlier about, you know, the purity of business and all of that, and we were talking about how, you know, when money gets involved, and you know, and just how outside influences, society, racism, all of that can affect people's art of what they do, and like, how could you really keep something pure in this day and age? You know what I mean? Like, but yet make it something that people can earn a living off of. You see?
Right.
Like, how do we keep the Godcast pure? Or let's just say a new kind of music comes in, like rap came in. We as black people give this shit away. Like, y'all can have this, white people. We got a new fucking music. It's called whatever the fuck we call it. You dig? How do we protect that? How do we not follow the shit of the past where the white people with money come in and swoop down and usurp it and use it for their own gains? Like, is there a way that we as black people, you know, and especially the ones with money, you know, these so-called millionaires, and some of us are going towards billionaire status, yes?
Some of us are already there.
Some of us are already there.
Well, not us, because I ain't nowhere near it, but, you know, some black folks. We got some billionaires out there.
I feel like, and it's not even like you're trying to say, oh, you got your hand out, but what can we do? What can we do to keep it pure? Huh, people?
That's actually an audience. Anybody in the audience?
Do we have any?
You gotta embrace the youth.
Embrace the youth. But the point that he made is a good point, because he's saying, like, for one, keep it the best way to keep it pure and keep it niche and our own is to continuously teach, keep that connection with the next generation. So even if,
right, but if the next generation is constantly being exploited, is constantly being dangled that carrot in front of them. You see, like, we need some other carrot danglers with righteous intentions. You see, that wanna keep it pure, but still wanna help take these people out of a certain financial situation that they might be in, because that's what the record companies are doing. That's what people. Why you fuck with these people? They're helping me get out of a certain situation and allowing me to do my art. Now, these days, art is very subjective as to what is art. It's not as clear cut as it used to be, but at the end of the day, they're helping to change these people's lives. But now, a price comes with that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we got to start doing for self to where we offer the opportunities to our people. We retain our own natural resources. Because what they're doing basically is exploiting our natural resources.
I do think that would be, difficult, especially like in this country, because everything that most people value is money. Like, even say like we have our own and it's pure and it's niche, like, people are always gonna look at something else, somebody else that has more, and think that they're not successful. Like, no, that's success. Like, at some point we have to stop measuring success by like how much money someone has, and start like realizing that no, the value of something is keeping it pure and not letting it get watered down. Now that, to me, that's something that's psychological, and I don't know. I mean, as long as we're in a place where I'm sorry, there's like some crazy noise going on out there. Like, I don't think we're in a place that we're ever gonna look at ourselves and be like, what we have is enough. Like, we're gonna be content with what we have. Like, we're always gonna look at somebody else like they're doing more. They're doing, outside people, like they're doing better than us. And most of the time, that may very well be the case. And part of what sparked this conversation, we were talking about DJing.
We got 5 minutes left.
We do? Oh, wow. So, make it quick. So, we were talking about DJing, and I was talking about how somebody like a Calvin Harris is considered like one of the greatest DJs right now. He's probably bringing home anywhere between
600,000 a night,
15, 20 million a year from DJing. But meanwhile, we look at somebody like a Kool Herc and see him struggling. And it's like, as long as the Calvin Harrises of the world exist, people will look at a Kool Herc as a failure. So how do we like uplift our own to a point where we can look at a Calvin Harris and ignore him? Like, okay, white people going white people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not considered successful to me. What's considered successful is this OG that pioneered hip hop. I said, if Kool G Herc Kool G Herc, Lord, Marco, that was
put
so
all
cool.
your loved ones into one. Kool G Herc.
Right,
okay.
My favorite DJ, my favorite rappers. Okay, so if Kool Herc booked a party right now in the Bronx in a venue that held 1,000 people, will 1,000 people show up for that man?
No.
Exactly. And this is the stuff that I say we have the power to control. We don't have the power to control white people or other races leeching off us or whitewashing our shit and making it their shit and blowing up off it. Fine, whatever are in your annals of history, whoever y'all call the greatest, cool. Until we start building up our own in the physical forms that we can do, that we have the power to do, like show up for these, you know, for our OGs and stuff. Like, we're always going to be in this fucked up predicament, and that's not going to change being mad at them over there for doing what they do. It starts here.
All right, well, shit.
Oh, hey.
We're going to have to go.
30 seconds.
On that note, we love y'all. Shit, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga Digga.
Peace.
Oh, peace. I keep doing